The Johnson family, seeking solace from the chaos of city life, arrived in Hollow Creek with hopes of a fresh start. Mark, a struggling writer, hoped the tranquility of the small town would inspire his next novel. His wife, Sarah, a photographer, longed for the untouched beauty of nature to ignite her creativity, and their teenage daughter, Emily, sought adventure in the unknown. As they drove through the winding roads leading to their new home, Hollow Creek House, Emily couldn't shake the feeling of unease that settled in her chest. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and shadows danced in the corners of her vision. Upon moving into the mansion, the Johnsons discovered a collection of old Ring cameras scattered throughout the house. Mark found them peculiar, but dismissed them as remnants of the previous owner's security system. Sarah, however, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Late one night, as Sarah reviewed footage from the cameras, she stumbled upon something chilling. In the darkness of the hallway, a shadowy figure lurked, its form twisting and contorting unnaturally. Sarah's blood ran cold as she watched, unable to tear her eyes away from the screen. As days turned into weeks, Hollow Creek House revealed its sinister secrets. Doors slammed shut on their own, whispers echoed through empty corridors, and strange apparitions appeared in the corner of their vision. Emily's once adventurous spirit waned, replaced by a constant sense of dread. Desperate for answers, the Johnsons delved into the history of their new home. They learned of the tragic fate that befell the previous owners, a family torn apart by madness and despair. Rumors of occult rituals and demonic possession swirled through the town like a toxic fog. Driven by a need to confront the evil that lurked within Hollow Creek House, Mark unearthed an ancient tome hidden in the depths of the mansion. Its pages were filled with cryptic symbols and forbidden incantations, promising power beyond imagination. Fueled by desperation and madness, Mark embarked on a dark ritual, hoping to banish the malevolent presence that plagued their home. But the forces he unleashed were far beyond his control, and the consequences would be dire. As the ritual reached its climax, the very fabric of reality began to unravel. Shadows writhed and twisted, merging with the darkness until all that remained was a swirling abyss of despair. Sarah and Emily watched in horror as Mark was consumed by the darkness, his screams echoing through the empty halls. In the aftermath, Hollow Creek House stood silent and still, the darkness within vanquished, but at a terrible cost. Sarah and Emily, now alone in the world, fled the cursed mansion, leaving behind the nightmares that haunted them. Years passed, and Hollow Creek House remained abandoned, a relic of a forgotten time. Yet, despite its decrepit state, the whispers of its dark past continued to echo through the town. Locals spoke of strange occurrences near the mansion, disembodied voices, flickering lights, and shadowy figures seen in the dead of night. Among the curious souls drawn to the mysteries of Hollow Creek House was a group of thrill-seekers known as the Ghost Hunters. Armed with cameras and paranormal equipment, they ventured into the abandoned mansion, eager to capture evidence of the supernatural. The Ghost Hunters, led by their fearless leader, Alex, believed they were prepared for anything the spirits of Hollow Creek House could throw at them. But as they entered the decaying mansion, they quickly realized they were in over their heads. Doors slammed shut behind them, trapping them in the darkness. Strange whispers echoed through the halls, their voices filled with malice and despair. And then they saw it, the shadowy figure that haunted the nightmares of all who dared to enter Hollow Creek House. Unbeknownst to the Ghost Hunters, the Ring cameras hidden throughout the mansion continued to record their every move. As they explored the darkened corridors, the cameras captured glimpses of the supernatural, apparitions drifting through walls, objects moving of their own accord, and eerie whispers that seemed to emanate from the very air itself. Back in town, rumors began to spread of the footage captured by the Ghost Hunters' cameras. Skeptics dismissed it as a hoax, but those who had experienced the horrors of Hollow Creek House firsthand knew better. The darkness that dwelled within those walls was real, and it hungered for souls. As the Ghost Hunters delved deeper into the depths of Hollow Creek House, they unwittingly awakened an ancient evil that had lain dormant for centuries. The shadows grew thicker, the whispers grew louder, and the very walls seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. In a desperate bid to escape, the ghost hunters made their way to the heart of the mansion, the room where Mark Johnson had performed his dark ritual all those years ago. But as they entered the chamber, they found themselves face to face with the source of the darkness, a twisted, grotesque creature that bore no resemblance to anything human. Chapter 10. Escape from Hollow Creek. With their courage faltering and their minds on the brink of madness, the ghost hunters fought tooth and nail to escape the clutches of the ancient evil that lurked within Hollow Creek House. As they fled into the night, the mansion collapsed in on itself, consumed by the darkness that had plagued it for so long. But even as Hollow Creek House crumbled to dust, the echoes of its dark past lingered on. The Ring cameras continued to record, capturing the final moments of terror and despair as the ghost hunters made their escape.